Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on another video. Today we're going to do my month of April closeout. I'm going to go over our income and our expenses just to see how the month ended up going for us. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to start with our income. So for Brian, I anticipated $4,400, but he ended up bringing in $4,900. For me, I brought in $3,028, which is just $28 more than I expected. I was expecting $150 from YouTube and brought in $160. And then for our other and rollover, it was $846.58, which was $49 in egg sales, $150 refund, 4 cents in interest, and $647.54 was our rollover from March into April. So our total income was $8,934.58, which is almost $900 more than we were expecting. So that's great. For our fixed expenses, everything came out as expected for the most part. Some notable differences was our cell phone bill. We actually had to pay $128.38. Our Netflix went up and it was $19.71. Our instant ink, I was off by a penny there. It was $1.59. Our son's tuition ended up being $850. We had to pay like a VPK graduation fee for like the cap and gown. And then I had to pay a late fee for me picking him up late one day. So instead of $780, it was $850. We did not make a payment to our ViStar joint credit card because we did a balance transfer on that card to another card. So that balance transfer satisfied the minimum payment. Our Synchrony card, we ended up paying $186. Bank of America, same thing here. We did a balance transfer to another card. So that balance transfer satisfied the minimum payment. So we did not make a payment. And everything else was as expected. So that was a total of $5,198.71 for our fixed expenses. So for our variable expenses, for groceries, we came in under budget, $972.67. So that's the second month we've been under $1,000, which is amazing. For cars, we spent $546.68. We did eat out one time for $52.24. For kids, we went over. We ended up spending $320. I know we signed our 5-year-old up for summer camp, and that was $50. They got their allowance, and we signed our oldest 2 boys up for like a basketball clinic. That's going to be happening, I think, at the end of May and the beginning of June. So those were the reasons we were over budget there. For homestead, we were under budget. We only spent $15 because we usually spend the cash that we get from egg sales on feed for our chickens. We didn't have quite enough money, so we ended up only spending $15 from the homestead category. Household was a huge one. We don't typically go over budget by this much, but this month we did. We had a lawnmower repair. We had our lawnmower professionally repaired, and that was almost $300. And then after it was professionally repaired, we used it probably twice, and the second time we used it, we damaged it. So we bought some parts to fix it ourselves. Along with the other things that we bought for the month, I know we got some biscuit cutters because we've been making a lot of homemade biscuits. Some, other miscellaneous things. Our AC warranty, which starting in May, our AC warranty will become a bill, but for this month, our AC warranty came out of our household budget. We didn't end up spending anything for blow money, medical, or unbudgeted, so $2,492.35 was what we spent on our variable expenses. For our sinking funds, we put $100 into Christmas, $6 in our emergency fund, $10 in our kids fund, $20 in Brian and Stephanie, $125 in vacation. So we put a little more than we anticipated at $261. And then we put $120 into our property taxes. We ended up putting less in our car insurance, only $282, because that's what we needed to pay our 6-month premium, which was due in April. So that's all we put. $5 in our month ahead for a total of $407. So that leaves us with $575.52 to roll over into the month of May, which we have to do because we are bi-weekly paid bi-weekly. So we need some money to take care of our bills that are going to come out of our checking account that first week of the month. So that is it for us. I think the month went pretty well. We had, more income than expected. We did have some unexpected expenses, which made us over budget in a couple of categories like kids and household. But I think the big, sticklers of the budget, like gas and groceries, they were under budget. So that's great. And we were able to put a little bit more into savings, into some of our sinking funds. So that was good. We didn't really make much progress on our debt in April. We didn't make any progress, actually. Our debt went up in the month of April, and you guys will see the who, what, where, how, why of that in my debt update, which will be coming out shortly after this video. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment down below and let me know how the month of April went for you guys. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.